Welcome, welcome! It's Muddog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we bring you Muddog's Tour and Cruise Company. That's right, Muddog's Tour and Cruise Company. Here we are at Port Tressler, departing on a 600i exploratory vessel. And we're going to go down to New Babbage and explore Microtech, the planet. So, if you want to know a little bit about Microtech, let me give you a little history. It was first discovered in 2851, and it was called Stanton 4 back then. It's a super Earth-sized planet, and it's the fourth of 4 planets in the system that are all in a habitable zone. It took a lot of money to develop the system that the UEE did not want to use. So what they did is, after some initial terraforming, they decided to sell it to all the different corporations that were interested in paying for these planets. And Microtech decided to buy Stanton 4. But there was a reason for it. Because the early terraforming that was initially done on the planet had some difficulties and some errors occurred, making the climate far colder and harsher than they initially had planned on. So it even led to some debates amongst the UEE Senate on their ability to sell the planet. Microtech had a plan in place, though. They ended up selling off a bunch of their other land holdings, where they had a bunch of server farms and that sort of thing, and made a bid for Microtech, or for Stanton 4, to put their new headquarters. Because of the cold temperatures that can reach minus 100 degrees on average Celsius, that's minus 148 Fahrenheit, it was perfect for server farms to keep them cool. So that was the big plan that Magnus Tobin, the CEO of Microtech at the time, had in mind when they purchased it. So they purchased it and set up a city named New Babbage, which you're seeing the landing zone for right now. And we're going to head into the city proper here in a second. New Babbage would serve as the corporate headquarters of Microtech, but also it would also serve as a place for other companies and smaller tech companies and whatnot to put their stores or their headquarters as well. What does Microtech make? What gives them the amount of money to purchase an entire planet? Microtech is the founder and producer of Moby-Glass, which, as you know, is something that almost everybody in the entire empire uses. It's not their only product they produce, it's just the most popular one. Obviously, that would be plenty to purchase a planet, because if everybody uses it, think of the money they're making off of those things. But they manufacture a wide variety of electronics, including a lot of stuff in ATMs and ship systems. So you can find a lot of the ATMs in places like Area 18, pretty much all over the verse too. But the ship systems are the important things. If you want to get the latest cutting edge tech research and development, you're going to go to Microtech to get it, because they're going to have it there. They say that buyouts among successful Stanton 4 based startups are extremely common, so a lot of smaller tech companies will go there to create new technologies, and they'll get bought out a lot of times by Microtech themselves. But since the planet's so cold, you gotta have some sort of protective gear that specializes in cold weather environment to survive on the surface. Otherwise you can quickly get hypothermia. The atmosphere is made up of nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and carbon dioxide, much like Earth is. So it's definitely breathable, but the problem is how cold it is. A lot of Microtech's employees will enjoy New Babbage's Commons area, which is like a creative workspace, something like you might find at Google, where you have all these really cool things for the workers to do to break up their day, to where they're not just constantly dealing with, programming and that sort of thing. The programmers and engineers can go and work out, they can relax, they can go out in nightlife. There's a lot of nightlife, evidently, on New Babbage, especially around the Commons area. So if you happen to land at New Babbage, one of the places you're going to want to go is Wally's Bar, which is considered nightlife, but there's also all sorts of jobs and cargo news that you can find out from Wally's Bar. Just don't ask for Wally. I don't know why, just don't ask for Wally. As you can see, this is a pretty sprawling city. To me, it is the prettiest city they have in the verse, and I plan on giving you all sorts of visuals when we can actually explore this in 3.9. I believe my last New Babbage video, you could actually see some of them that they showed from the previous Inside Star Citizen. Very cool. As we're about to fly past a couple of buildings owned by Shubin Interstellar, they're mostly a mining company, and they definitely have a lot of money as well. But Microtech and New Babbage are going to be really cool, pun intended, planets and landing zones to go visit. Microtech has one orbiting satellite, if you want to call it that, called Port Tressler. It's a transit hub that sits above New Babbage. All the main landing zones in the Stanton system have these facilities that are above, that they're space stations that are pretty neat to go visit. And then they also have 3 moons circling Microtech as well. Calliope, which is named after a Greek muse who inspired eloquence and supposedly remind those gazing upon the moon from Microtech to strive for pure expression of thought. Then there's Clio, which is named after the Greek muse of history. And then there's Euterpe, I think that's how you say it, I'm not even sure because I don't speak Greek, but it's a Greek muse of music. So those are the 3 moons, which I will bring in a lot more detail in an upcoming 3.9 video. And as you can see, it's not all snow, mountains, peaks, and, frozen over lakes here on Microtech. They do have some other places to visit. Some really cool places to visit. No pun intended there. It has some tundra places, obviously, but these are more temperate zones where evergreens grow by the bunches, and even fields of flowers, which you'll see here in a minute. There are patches of these places all over Microtech that are warmer than your most average place of frozen over terrain. As we come in for a landing here, you'll get a closer look. You can have some absolutely stunningly beautiful views from each of these little areas. I advise you to go check them out if you get a chance. It is just awesome. As you can see, Jake's on the right. His view as he comes in for a landing, he had a beautiful view of the sun, and I set down my 600i here to let all my passengers get out and enjoy the weather, enjoy the views, and enjoy the field of flowers. When you are touring Microtech, it is a must for anybody to check out all of the temperate zones as well as the cold areas of the planet. And as we come down here, you can see the field of flowers. So pretty. The sun setting in the distance. So the flowers come up to your waist here, so it's been growing for a little while. I really like everything that I've seen from Microtech so far. It's just really the devs have done an awesome job on this planet. They've made it into something that, well, let's put it this way. I really hope that they give us a lot to do when 3.9 comes out around Microtech, because I would like to make this my base of operations. Whether or not that happens, it remains to be seen. But I like this planet so much that I want to be here more often. The problem is it lies quite a ways away from anything else in the Stanton system. It takes a little while to get here, even with the upgraded quantum drives. With an upgraded quantum drive, you can make the trip 3 or 4 minutes long. That's right, 3 or 4 minutes long. Now, if you don't have the upgraded drive, it can be anywhere from double to probably 5 times that. Yeah, if you can imagine taking 15 minutes or more to get from one place to another in the Stanton system. That would be the case. As you can see, I am going to steal Jake's ship. If you are a rival touring company when I am taking a group out on a visit, this is what could happen to your ship. Let that be a lesson to you, Jakes. He does have some choice words for me here.
Mud, aren't there supposed to be harvestables on this planet?
You son of a bitch. Please do a low high-speed flyby over me. I really want to hear how that thing sounds.
Alright. How was that?
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it wouldn't be complete without a sunset trip from one zone to another on Microtech, from the temperate zone to the tundra. Again, such a beautiful planet. They've done a really great job on it. I really like Microtech, and I can't wait to explore more of it with you guys. I was glad to be able to bring some of my org mates on this little journey as well. They got to see all sorts of new and interesting things Saturday night. If you guys are interested in joining us for all the different activities we do on Saturday nights, we have our information down below for either joining the org or even joining our Discord. You don't have to be part of the org to join us on these little Saturday night excursions. We would love for you to join us. We're still recruiting, so you definitely have that option available. Also have information for some of my org mates, their YouTube channels and Twitch feeds, because some of them also do live streams and that sort of thing. That's listed down below as well. And if you guys are new to the game, and this looks like a game you may be interested in joining, there's some information down below that will help you get into the game. It's using my referral. And if you use my referral, I will get referral points, and you will get 5,000 starting credits to help you out when you first get in the game. And that 5,000 credits will definitely come in handy, especially if you're trying to do any kind of cargo runs or anything, or at least it gives you a little bit more money before you start the cargo runs even. I have information on when to start that or how to get into that as well in some of my videos. You can check back in some of those. And guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you are interested in subscribing, please do. I thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. It really helps. And those of you who actually watch the ads with my videos, thank you so much. That goes a long ways to helping me gain any kind of revenue off of this. Even though it's not a whole lot, every little bit helps, especially during these times. I lost my job because of the COVID-19 thing, And this is what I got, guys, for now. And if you watch those ads, if you click on the little link that takes you to the ad page, you don't have to buy anything. But if you click on it, that also helps bring in more revenue as well, and it is so much appreciated. I'm actually thinking about getting some merch, like t-shirts or something. If you guys are interested in that, please leave a comment down below saying yes, you would be interested in seeing some merch or maybe even buying some. I do have a Patreon set up. It's not set up really well. I plan on working on that in the coming days, weeks, to try to get it set up a little bit better, but I would definitely appreciate anybody that wants to contribute in that way. I hate pandering to you guys. It's not really what I like to do. I just started doing that because of the whole losing my job thing. I don't really... I don't want anybody to give money that they can't afford to give, for sure. I can't express how much I just really appreciate you guys just even tuning in to watch my videos. That's such a huge thing. Thank you so much for that. And if you decide you want to donate in any other way, God bless you. Thank you so much. I wish I would have actual words to say thank you a million times over. I don't know how. I don't have the vocabulary, the words to express my gratitude in that way. So all I can say is thank you. Also, I want to do an AMA, Ask Me Anything video. So you guys start asking some questions in the comments. It can be about any part of the game. Usually I try to answer those within the comments when you do ask them, but I think I'm going to just hold off on answering some questions right away in the comments, and I'm going to take them, if they're really good questions that are going to be fun to discuss or answer, I might take like the top 10 and do a video later this week answering those. So it'll be kind of like an AMA type video. So ask me some questions in the comments, and I will try to get to those in a video, and maybe yours will be chosen. You guys can upvote those with the thumbs up buttons on those questions as well. That'll help me pick those out. Thank you again for everything that you guys do for me. I can't express it enough. I know I've said that like 10 times in this video, and that's because I really do appreciate it. I'm Muddog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.